back. Doing another video for you all today. Yeah, so basically I thought I'd show you guys how I colour using Derwent Inktense and Arteza real brush pens. I've only done this a couple of times, but I find it really effective actually, because sometimes you can layer down some Inktense, but when you add the brush pens over the top, it completely changes the colour and adds a lot of depth to it, and you can get a lot of texture in the details and on the page as well. So it's a really nice way of adding extra to your colourings. You have to excuse me, my throat's gone a bit funny today. But yeah, I thought I'd do a little colouring with you guys. I've done this one before, but we're going to be doing this one today. So I'm going to zoom you all in. I'm going to have to stand up to do this, aren't I? Right, there we go. If I pull it out just a little bit. Right. And hope it stays where it should. Okay. So yeah. So all I'm going to be using is the Inktense and the brush pens for this. So I'm going to be colouring just this circle here. Right, where's my... I did have, and I have misplaced it, as per usual. Okay, right, we'll just carry on anyway. So I'm just gonna start off with the flowers. I'm gonna do these all the same, just keeping with pinks. I just find I've only used them a couple of times in this way, and I really love how they always turn out, because with the Inktense anyway, they're quite vivid in colour, but when you add the brush pens over the top, it takes it to a whole new level, I think. And sometimes when you're layering them, like I said, it can completely change the colour that you've already put down and give you something different and, you know, unusual. But I specifically love using it on like things like trees and plants, because I find it adds a lot of nice texture. The colour that I'm using, in case you're wondering, is the Carmine Pink. I hope you're all doing well as well. I'm on a recording spree today. So yeah, hoping to get quite a bit done. Okay. Right, let's get me brush pen. I did have some tissue around here somewhere, because I like to have a bit of tissue when I'm doing this, but that's fine. So I'm just gonna go in and activate this. I'm also using small circular motions to use the Inktense, just because it gives a smoother surface. I actually learnt this from a good friend of mine called Sabrina, whose fault it was that I actually got the Inktense in the first place. So yeah, she was a great help to me with learning how to use these. And there goes my post box. So that will be the base colour. I'm just going to stop the video here and then I'll come back once this is dried. It does dry really quickly, but I'm going to hop and get some tissue just for, you know, when I'm switching between colours and stuff. So I will be right back. Okay, right, I am back. Got myself a bit of tissue so that I can clean my water brush. Okay, so now that this is all dry, I'm going to go in with the Rouge Pink from the Arteza brush pens. I'm not sure which set this is in, but I've got the, I believe it's the 96 count. So all I'm going to do is just go in. I might even pick a darker shade. These are really nice to use as well because you can layer them up. But I'm just adding in where I want some shadows, and then I'm going to go in with my brush pen over the top. It would help if I activated the brush pen a bit more, wouldn't it? And I'm going to do each petal in the same way. I'm probably going to add a darker pink just because I don't feel like this one is dark enough. And then the same again. I haven't used this technique in this paper before. I probably should have used it. Like, I've only used it in Sprucker's Boss and the Clara Markova books. The paper does need to be quite thick, just because the amount of water you could be using with the layering and stuff, which is why I like to let it dry in between each layer. Just do this one as well. And the water brush just helps get rid of the harsh lines. So that's that. I'll pop this to the side. I do want to go in with a deeper pink. What colour shall I use? What's this one? Let's have a look. Blush red. Let's have a little swatch of this blush red and see what this looks like. Yeah, I think that will do. Let's check if this is dry. That's not quite dry yet. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to this flower here. Just whilst that second layer is drying on the previous one. And I'm using the same colours again for this one. The lovely thing about Inktense as well is you don't have to be too careful about the way you colour, because once you add the water it smooths itself out pretty much anyway, which is really nice. I love using them because they make some pages just so quick and easy. So that's that one. I'm going to go in and activate these again. Doing a petal at a time. Right, those are fairly dry but not dry enough yet. Let's try a flower whilst this one's drying. Just want to add a bit of shadowing. Not too much, but just enough. They do look lovely once you've got all the layers on and it's all dried. I just love the way it looks. But I think you do get the best results when you let it dry in between each layer. I've probably gone a bit too heavy on that one, but that's okay. I do hope you guys can see this okay. And because these are water-based pens as well, they don't leak through to the other side. I mean, they will if you add too much water, but I'm not too fussed with that. That's why I said when you do it, make sure it's either a single-sided page or, you know, really thick paper. I'm just going to add a little bit more onto this one. Just like that. Right, now that that's dry on there. I'm just going to grab a scrap sheet of paper just in case. I'm not too fussed about this going through on my book, but I mean, if you are, then I wouldn't recommend using the Joanna Basford's, but when I've used it in the Clara books, I've had no problem whatsoever. So I'm going to go in with the Rouge Pink again, like I did on the first one. And I'm just going to do the same process again. Just switching between the two. Once I've done this flower, I will go ahead and speed colour the rest for you. And that's that one done. So that one there is, you do have to use quite a lot of water, so that's still a bit wet. So I'm gonna pick out, I'm gonna pick out some greens, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the leaves. So I like to use fern green, if I can find it, and light olive. So I'm gonna go ahead and colour these leaves, and hopefully by the time I've done that I can put the next layer on this one. Now I'm going to go in with the light olive. And then I will layer some brush pen over the top of these, just to add some shading. But I do, like I said, I find that it makes, it just combines really, really well with the Inktense. Like the Inktense on themselves are really beautiful, but when you add the brush pens over the top, it makes it something else. It's so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and do the next bit on here, and then I'm going to stop the video. I do apologise if you can hear any people outside. It's probably my neighbours going past my house. I get some quiet from my son, and then everybody else decides to make noise in the background. It's always one thing or another. I pretty much live on a building site anyway, so right, so with that being done, I'm now going to pause the video, and then I'm just going to do a speed colour of this so that you can see what it looks like at the end. So I will speak to you guys in probably just a few short minutes, because it will be in a hyperlapse. Okay, welcome back everybody. I have finished colouring. It's still a little bit damp in places, but the flowers are pretty much dry. So yeah, I just thought I'd come back and say it's all done. So yeah, I'm really happy with, you know, how it looks. I just love like how the colours like merge with the Inktense. Like you can use it in so many different ways. It adds a really nice texture and it makes the colours really pop. I did go in, as you've already seen, I just went in with a little yellow gel pen and a little bit of stickles just to finish off the centre of the flowers, just to add a little bit of glitter. But yeah, that's it basically, just Inktense and water brush pens. I just really love the effect that it gives. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching, and like if you give it a go yourselves, I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.